Tonight on Connecticut's news station, a community remembering and reflecting on the death of a 12-year-old pleading for an end to the violence. And across the state, another community remembering another life gone too soon. We are hearing from her family for the first time tonight. And 80,000 gallons of water to put out a massive scrapyard fire, the latest in the investigation.
Now at 10, this is Fox 61, Connecticut's news station.
Good evening and thanks for joining us. I'm Carmen Chow. We begin tonight with weather, a gloomy start to the weekend with showers and even some hail popping up across the state tonight. Let's toss it over to meteorologist Ryan Breton. Hey, Ryan.
Hi, Carmen. The radar lit up tonight and it's pretty noisy in some spots. We have scattered showers and thunderstorms popping up ahead of a main line of heavy rain which is approaching from the west. And these storms, they're noisy with lightning, thunder, and even some small hail that's been falling in spots. We have one cluster that's moving north along the Connecticut-Rhode Island border, just about to move into Stonington and Mystic. A lot of southern Connecticut, though, a report of hail out of East Haven. And right now, the worst part of this thunderstorm is going right through Meriden, likely a little bit of small hail in addition to the thunder and lightning right around 691 in Meriden. All of this is racing north, so Southington, Bristol, New Britain, you will be up next, and putting the tracker on it just to give you an idea of how quickly it's moving north. By 10:30, this will be up around Enfield, and then by 10:45, this cluster of storms will be moving across the border over into Massachusetts. There is more rain to go, though. That line of rain from the west comes in overnight. There may still be some rumbles of thunder even into tomorrow morning. So a very wet start to your Sunday, but the afternoon will turn better. The rain begins moving east. Will start drying out early in the afternoon. There may even be a little bit of sun and then a random pop-up shower possible tomorrow afternoon. So clearly the wettest part of the day will be tomorrow morning, but if you have plans in the afternoon, things will get drier. It won't dry out completely, but you may be able to get some of those outdoor plans in tomorrow afternoon. We'll talk more about how much rain will fall and that hour-by-hour timeline coming up in just a bit. Carmen?
Thanks, Ryan. In Manchester, crews were called to the scene of a large structure fire this afternoon on Woodbridge Street. They arrived around 1 p.m. to find the attached garage on fire spreading to the house. Crews were able to quickly put the fire out, but then discovered a brush fire was started in the rear of the house. The fire was put out around 2 p.m. with no injuries. The Red Cross is helping the 3 people displaced as the house was a total loss. In Montville, 80,000 gallons of water were required this morning to battle a multi-alarm fire at a scrapyard. The fire department was called to 33 Pequot Road this morning around 2 a.m. and remained on the scene for hours to battle the blaze. The Department of Energy and Environmental Protection did an air quality test and believe none of the scrapyard fire spread into the air, meaning no residents should be impacted, but it did take hours to contain the blaze.
There's a lot of oil, fuels, batteries that are inside that pile. It's all scrap metal that people drop off. So there's a lot of combustibles, inflammable material in there. It's very hard to put the fire out right away, so you have to utilize the cranes that they have on site to rip the piles apart and fill the voids with water to get to the core of the fire.
And this is not the first fire at the scrapyard in Montville. Over 20 departments responded to a previous scrapyard fire that happened in November of last year. And it took several hours to knock down another fire in October 2020. The cause of this morning's fire is still under investigation. A follow-up tonight as more lanes are now open on the Gold Star Bridge after the massive tanker truck fire yesterday halted traffic. The southbound side of I-95 was closed for most of Friday, and lanes gradually opened up Friday night into Saturday morning. The on-ramp from Bridge Street now has 1 lane open, but the acceleration lane, the shoulder, and the pedestrian crossing will remain closed for the time being. The Department of Transportation is continuing their work to replace the fencing and railing that was melted from the crash. Another deadly crash happened in Waterford about an hour after the Gold Star wreck. State police say it happened on the connector between I-395 and Route 32. Troopers say David McElroy of Danielson failed to stop due to traffic ahead, crashed into a truck and went into the center median. He was pronounced dead after being taken to the hospital. Another crash happened on I-84 west in Manchester last night. A FedEx tractor trailer flipped over, causing a massive backup on the highways. 4 lanes of traffic were shut down between exits 60 and 61. The tractor trailer broke through the guardrail and was sitting on the grassy area that slopes down to the road beneath. We are learning this evening minor injuries have been reported. The leader singer of the band, the Goo Goo Dolls, Johnny Resnick, made a visit to Hartford Hospital this morning to perform for patients. The group is headed to perform tonight at the Bushnell for Hartford Hospital's Black and Red fundraiser, but the leading man wanted to surprise some patients on his way. Now, this year, Hartford Hospital was able to raise $2.5 million to support cancer research and early detection programs for Connecticut families.